Everybody give a great big welcome to Kalia and Bill and the Bells.
Thank you, everybody.
I don't bother work don't bother me. I'm just as happy as a bumblebee. Eat when I can get it, sleep most all the time. I don't give a doggone if the sun don't ever shine. Go most anywhere, I don't pay no fare. I can ride a freight train most anywhere. Seems mighty strange to me. Work don't bother me. Bill Cooper, he lived down in a holler. He wanna know the difference between a woman and a dollar. Ain't no difference, not one at all. A dollar is small and a woman is tall. Oh, look here, you try to explain, make me understand. A dollar can go from hand to hand. Woman go to working man. Talk about it, a woman go to working man. I don't bother work don't bother me. I'm just as happy as a bumblebee. Eat when I can get it, sleep most all the time. I don't give a doggone if the sun don't ever shine. Go most anywhere, I don't pay no fare. I can ride a freight train most anywhere. Seems mighty strange to me. Work don't bother me. Oh yeah. I don't bother work don't bother me. I'm just as happy as a bumblebee. Eat when I can get it, sleep most all the time. I don't give a doggone if the sun don't ever shine. Go most anywhere, I don't pay no fare. I can ride a freight train most anywhere. Seems mighty strange to me. Work don't bother me.
Work don't bother me. Thank you, everybody. We are just thrilled to be here, kind of ending our short East Coast tour up here with you all tonight. So this is a special evening. We've had a great week traveling up and down the East Coast. We're in Brooklyn last night, and D.C., where else did we play? Massachusetts. We started in Nashville, East Coast tour. Yeah. And we'll get you an old blues song. This is a number that we pulled from some location recordings that actually happened in our neck of the woods in Johnson City, where we all reside. It's called The Old Lonesome Blues.
I got the lonesome blues and I'm feeling mighty sad, mighty. I mean bad. Got the lonesome blues and I'm feeling mighty bad. The lonesome blues and I'm too don't mean to cry. That Mississippi River is so awful deep and I said deep and I mean wide. The Mississippi River is so awful deep and wide. And my man lives on the Arkansas side. I've got those blues.
It's the old Lonesome Blues. As you'll find out, we do a lot of renditions of early commercial country tunes. And that one there actually was recorded by a group of sisters, the Bowman sisters, who were from Johnson City, actually. And it's a really interesting recording if any of y'all are into old recordings. It's the Bowman sisters come from Charlie Bowman family, and Charlie Bowman was one of the hottest fiddlers in the area, but the records were very interesting because it's only accordion and vocal, so it's pretty cool. So check it out.
I think they were teenagers, though. I think they were rebelling.
That's
They
true.
didn't want to fiddle on the record.
And here's another one from sort of close by. This is called The Carolina Sunshine Girl, a Jimmy Rogers number.
Moon, moon, I can see you sinking low. You make me think of a sweetheart, a little girl that I love so. After I wander the whole night through, wondering if you think of me, while I'll be lonesome thinking of someone, thinking only of you. My Carolina sunshine girl, you have turned my heart to stone. My Carolina sunshine girl, you have left me all alone. I sit and cry, 'cause I wonder why. Really I should laugh at your old photograph. You are the sweetest angel in this world, and I love, love, love you, my Carolina sunshine girl. My Carolina sunshine girl, you have turned my heart to stone. My Carolina sunshine girl, you have left me all alone. I sit and cry, 'cause I wonder why. Really I should laugh at your love you, my Carolina sunshine girl. Oh Johnny, how you can love. Oh Johnny, heavens above, you make my sad heart jump with joy. And when you are near, I can't sit still a minute. I just oh Johnny, pray tell me do what makes me love you so. You're not handsome, it's true, but when I look at you, I just oh Johnny, oh. Oh Johnny, how you can love. Oh Johnny, heavens above. Oh Johnny, how you can love. Oh Johnny, heavens above, you make my sad heart jump with joy. And when you are near, I can't sit still a minute. Oh Johnny, pray tell me do what makes me love you so. You're not handsome, it's true, but when I look at you, I'm just oh Johnny, oh. Oh, play some of that old ragtime Johnny.
That one's called Ragtime Annie, you old fool.
Ragtime Annie?
Uh-huh.
Annie who?
Annie who?
Yeah, anybody got $2 I can borrow? I sure could use it.
No sir, not for a bum like you.
A bum like me?
Yes.
Well, fine, I didn't need it anyhow. Though I could have used $10. Even 20 would do. Oh Johnny, how you can love. Oh Johnny, heavens above, you make my sad heart jump with joy. And when you are near, I can't sit still a minute. I just oh Johnny, pray tell me do what makes me love you so. You're not handsome, it's true, but when I look at you, I'm just oh Johnny, oh. Thank you. It's called Oh Johnny, How You Can Love. This is a wonderfully, amazingly good sounding room. This is fun to play in here. Well, you all know this lady right here, right? This is Kalia Yeagle. We're thrilled. Kalia's got us up here. This is our first time exploring Poughkeepsie and the region around here. This is the furthest north Bill and the Bells has been, ever. So we're excited about it. We're going to be even further north, I guess, coming in the next few months. So things are looking up. Haha. Zing. But yeah, we're thrilled to be here. So thanks for having us. We'll get you an old sentimental number, and this is one called Back to Old Smoky Mountain. There's a place that I love so. I want the world to know that each night I'm dreaming, each day I'm scheming for the place that I love so. Back to old Smoky Mountain, back to that old hometown of mine. Birds in the trees and the honeybees clinging to the honeysuckle vine. There's a little girl that is waiting, praying each night and day for me. Back to old Smoky Mountain, back to my home in Tennessee. Back to old Smoky Mountain, back to that old hometown of mine. Birds in the trees and the honeybees clinging to the honeysuckle vine. There's a little girl that is waiting, praying each night and day for me. Back to old Smoky Mountain, back to my home in Tennessee.
Back to old Smoky Mountain. That tune there is a Tennessee favorite. We played this festival in Knoxville last year, actually right about around this time. It was a celebration for the Knoxville sessions. As I mentioned, those location recordings. A lot of folks came from New York. Frank Walker, Ralph Peer, and some other record execs came down to East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia to find some real, authentic hillbilly music. They sure enough found it. And there was a big celebration for the 1927 Knoxville sessions just last year. And we kind of picked that song up from that. There was a great band that recorded that tune on the 29 sessions, but there were like 40 old-time bands there, and every time I turned a block and went to a new stage, I heard that tune coming through the air, and I was like, ooh, I like that. So now we do it, but we got our own spin on it. Here's one about, I don't know too many tunes about preachers wrestling with bears. Do you all? No?
I know one.
I know, yeah, I might know one. We'll see. This is called The Preacher and the Bear.
Preacher went out a-hunting, it was on one Sunday morn. Although it was against his religion, he carried along his gun. Caught himself a mighty few quail and one little measly hare. And on his way to returning home, he saw a great big grizzly bear. That bear marched out to the middle of the street. He walked to the man you see. That preacher got so excited, that he jumped up a cinnamon tree. The bear sat down upon the ground and the preacher climbed out on the limb. Then he cast his eyes to the Lord in the sky. These words he said to him. He said, "Oh Lordy, didn't you deliver Daddy from the lion's den? Also deliver Jonah from the belly of the wailing then, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, and the good book it do declare." He said, "Oh Lord, if you don't have me, for goodness sake, don't you help that bear." That preacher stayed up in that tree, I think it was all night. He said, "Now Lord, if you don't have me, you're gonna see an awful fight." Well, the limb it broke and the preacher, yes, he come a-tumbling down. You ought to seen him cast his razor out before he hit the ground. He hit the ground, cutting right and left, yes, he put up a very game fight. The bear then grabbed the preacher and he hugged him a little too tight. The preacher dropped his razor and the bear held on with them. Then he cast his eyes to the Lord in the sky. These words he said to him. He said, "Oh Lordy, didn't you deliver Daddy from the lion's den? Also deliver Jonah from the belly of the wailing den, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, and the good book it do declare." He said, "Oh Lord, if you don't help me, for goodness sake, don't you help that bear."
Preacher and the Bear. Has anybody ever heard the Jerry Reed version of that? Jerry Reed cut a real good version of that tune. I'm a big Jerry Reed fan. Yeah. Folks, this back here is Carl Zerfus, by the way. I'm not going to be making much sense tonight. I'm a little tired, but this fine fella back here, I should have said, this thing, holding this thing here. He's a wonderful bass player, all the way from Manhattan. He's comes from the big old city of Manhattan, Kansas, and the Little Apple. Yeah, we've had the pleasure of playing with Carl since day one here with Bill and the Bells. Bill and the Bells has been a band for coming on just about 2 years. The song here is an old war number, a beautiful old war tune from World War I. It's called "Put Me in Your Pocket."
Two lovers sat one evening beneath the pale moonlight. Tomorrow he must go away, life's battles for to fight. He told her that he loved her, that he'd return one day and take her for his darling wife. And then he heard her say, "Put me in your pocket, so I'll be close to you. No more will I be lonesome, and no more will I be blue. And when we have to part, dear, there'll be no sad And when at last he did return for the happy wedding day, his lover, she was absent. Yes, to heaven she had gone, but she left with him this one photograph on which she wrote this song.
Put me in your pocket so I'll be close to you. No more will I be lonesome and no more will I be blue. And when we have to part, dear, there'll be no sad adieu. For I'll be in your pocket and I'll go along with you.
It's a beautiful old tune. A lot of folks have cut that throughout the years. I just think that's one of the prettiest tunes. We'll feature Kalia on this next one, get her to sing an old swing number called Tired of Me.
You're tired of me, honey, that's plain to see. Why do you keep telling lies on me? When poverty comes down to your door and you cry and you sigh for me. Oh, well, my dear, if you had told me from the start that things I would done that would soothe my aching heart, you're tired of me, honey, why can't you be just like you were before you grew tired of me? You're tired of me, honey, that's plain to see. Why do you keep telling lies on me? When poverty comes down to your door and you cry and you sigh for me. Oh, well, my dear, if you had told me from the start that things I would done that would soothe my aching heart, you're tired of me, honey, why can't you be just like you were before you grew tired of me?
Three. It's Kalia Yeagle with Tired of Me. We'll get the 3-in-1 tune step right here. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. called the 3-in-1 two-step. Crazy, crazy tune. It's about 6 parts to that tune. Good old Texas swing tune from a band called the Smith Garage Band. Some of the finest fiddlers to ever walk the face of the planet, in my opinion.
This is our favorite old-time science fiction song. Yeah. Yes. It's a fun one. It's called I Once Loved a Sailor. 1, 2, 3, 2.
Thank you, folks. Come take a trip in my airship. Well, as you can tell, we play kind of a different, I guess you could say, brand of old-time string band music. A lot of the stuff that we do, you don't hear too much these days, but it was really an important part of the tradition, especially down in Tennessee and Virginia and even into the deep, deep South. A lot of the tunes from up this way made their way down south and were very important. So a lot of the popular tunes, a lot of the Tin Pan Alley sort of stuff. We'll play some novelty stuff in a little bit that fits right into that tradition as well. But it's really interesting to think about because it isn't really spoken about that much. The fact that a lot of the early string bands that recorded were just recording a wealth of diversity when it came to songs. So they could play for any kind of audience. Really, really cool stuff. And this next tune, I guess, is kind of an example of that. This would be a little bit later of an example, kind of the hillbilly jazz sort of thing that was going on there in the late 30s. This is called Sit at Home.
Should I cry? sitting here, baby, just thinking about you. Oh, now why should I cry over you? Gone, it's true, with someone new. I hope you get along. Oh, as I sit and cry over you. Oh, get it, Grace. Misty eyes full of tears, trying to forget you, but it's gonna take years. Oh, now why should I cry over you? Sitting home, baby, by the telephone, blue and lonely, darling, waiting all alone. Oh, now why, wondering why should I ever cried over you? No, lonely, honey, ain't I'm sad and blue. Sitting here, baby, just thinking about you. Oh, now why you go away, should I leave me lonely and blue? Oh, yeah. Someone new. I hope you're satisfied and love you too. Oh, as I sit and cry over you. My eyes are misty, my full of tears, trying to forget you, but it's gonna take years. Oh, now why you go away, should I leave me lonely? Oh, yes, now why you go away, should I leave me lonely? You leave me lonely and blue.
Go ahead and introduce it.
So we have a few sort of marriage songs that comment on marriage and different types of marriages and varying stages of life and levels of happiness. And this is one of those. This is called the Promise Me Everything Blues.
That night was a whole lot of troubles and tears. When you stay out all night, then get up and fight. Baby, please don't talk that way. The things you promised me, I just never see. Now you be careful just what you say. I've got the promise me everything, never get anything blues. I surely am disgusted. Me knows I'm coming home at 8. 3 or 4 hours late blues. Somehow you're always bluffing. Promised you an awful lot. I know it, awful lot I never got. And there's a game you're playing. That's the game I recall. Yes, but you don't play fair, you just change it all. You know I promised you such and such. And I'll get those nothing much blues. I guess that you know the reason. Now baby, quit making such a fuss. I got no soles on my shoes, and my poor feet are freezing. When we were wed, I said, a carriage we must get. But we're married 7 years, and I haven't seen it yet. Got to promise me everything, never get anything blue. Last Christmas Day, I bought you a clock. Yes, but the very next day, you put that clock in hock. I promised you this, you know I promised you that. But I've never seen no sense than just half of that. I promised you gold, now ain't that the truth? All the gold that I've got is right here, in my tooth. A swell evening gown I bought you, ain't that right? The evening gown you bought me, I wear to bed every night. You know I promised you such and such. And I'll get those nothing much blues. I still am disgusted. I'm wearing last winter's hat and cloak. And I'm wearing bags on my shoes, 'cause they're all torn and busted. Last week I got some fur to trim your coat and hat.
Yes, I got your fur, but all the neighbors miss their cat. Got the promise me everything, never get anything blues.
Promise Me Everything Blues. See? Thanks, folks. We're going to play you a couple more tunes, then take a short break. This next tune we're going to play you, we actually just recorded for the national parks of the United States, and they're celebrating their 100th anniversary. So they've been putting out some records of specifically songs from the Smoky Mountains, and they're putting out a ballad record. I think actually it's coming out next week, but we were really honored to be a part of it, and we got the option to pick a ballad out and do it the Bill and the Bells way. We're grouped with an amazing collection of musicians from the Southeast, ballad singers, and just great musicians all around. But this is one that we chose. And at first, the folks who were putting it together were like, that's not a ballad. I said, yes, it is. And then they sort of agreed with me at the end. But this is a song this is probably the most tragic kid song I've ever heard in my life. It's a song about marriage. It's a song about death. It's called Froggy Went A-Courtin'.
And he did right, Mr. Frog went a-courting and he did right. Sword and a pistol by his side, He rid up to Miss Mousie's door, He rid up to Miss Mousie's door. He knocked so hard till he made it roar, Oh, Miss Mousie, are you within,
Oh, Miss Mousie, are you within? Yes, kind sir, I dart and spin,
Oh, Miss Mousie, will you marry me,
Oh, Miss Mousie, will you marry me? Yes, kind sir, just wait and see,
Where shall the wedding be,
Where shall the wedding be? Way down yonder in the holler tree,
What shall we have for the wedding supper,
What shall we have for the wedding supper? Black-eyed peas and bread and butter,
The first guest was Mr. Bumblebee,
The first guest was Mr. Bumblebee. He danced all night with the little black flea,
Oh, little wiggle. Mr. Frog went swimming across the lake,
doggy went a-courtin'. Yeah, you can look for that at any of the national parks around the country, coming out very, very shortly. Kalia was actually featured on the last one they put out. What was the concept for that?
I mean, it's all Great Smoky Mountain related. I think specifically it was related to some recordings that were made around the Smoky Mountains a good long while ago. Yeah, and it's a really fun compilation. You should check it out. The Great Smoky Mountain Association has a lot of good music out, but these two collections I'm particularly excited about. Yeah.
Here's a tune called Where the Shy Little Violets Grow. 3, 4.
In my dreams of childhood, all the world seemed fair. When I see a wild wood, flowers everywhere. When the twilight shadows bring their sweet regret, then I wander back again amid the violet. I've been making up my mind to find a place that I used to know, by the old Ohio where the shy little violets grow. I've been waking up to find I'm dreaming dreams of long, long ago, by the old Ohio where the shy little violets grow. I'd like to find a little trail, a little winding trail, a house on a hill. Find somebody who is longing to be true, and I know she's waiting there still. When I look into her eyes, they tell me what I'm longing to know. By the old Ohio where the shy little violets grow. Find a little trail, a little winding trail, a house on a hill. Find somebody who is longing to be true, and I know she's waiting there still. When I look into her eyes, they tell me what I'm longing to know. By the old Ohio where the shy little violets grow. Oh, oh.
Thank you, folks. Before we end our first set, let me introduce you to this wonderful lady playing the banjos. Baby banjo, big old banjo. She only brought 2 with her on this tour.
I left the in-between banjo.
The in-between banjo is at home.
Yes.
This is Grace Van Hoff, everybody. We'll play you one more. We're going to hang out for a few minutes and then do another set of music. We do have some CDs back there if you're interested. We just put out a CD of our cylinder wax recordings. We recorded cylinder wax back in Nashville with our friend Martin Fisher, who works for the Center of Popular Music there. And he's probably one of the only fellows crazy enough to specialize in cylinder wax recordings. So we decided to go and pay him a visit and find out what it's like to sing into a giant metal cone, and it sure is amazing. You should go and do it. It's worth the trip. But we just put those out. It's called the Swallowtail Coat, and it was just a marvelous project for us, and was really astounding, just a time warp. So it was fun to do. We'll play you one here. This is a great springtime number. It is spring out there. It was a little cold for me today, personally. We'll try to warm it up right now with I Told Them All About You. I told the daffodil, I told the whippoorwill just how pretty you smiled. Oh, I told them all about you. I told, he said, a bird, every single little word that you say is worthwhile. Oh, I told them all about you. I told the moon and every little star that shines above where you roll your eyes and how you could love. Each little honeybee knows there's gonna be a honeymoon for two. Oh, I told them all about you. I told the daffodil, I told the whippoorwill just how pretty you smiled. Oh, I told them all about you. I told, he said, a bird, every single little word that you say is worthwhile. Oh, I told them all about you. I told the moon and every little star that shines above where you roll your eyes and how you could love. Each little honeybee knows there's gonna be a honeymoon for two. Oh, I told them all about you. Yes, I told them all about you. Thanks, everybody. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for round 2 in just a minute.